Hello, welcome along, Nigel with Nigel's Modelling Bench. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. And if you are new, please hit that subscribe down there and hit the notifications bell. It all helps. Right, so here we have a kit review today for you of a brand new kit just in yesterday from Gecko Models. And the kit number is 35GM0076. And this is the Korean War British FV18001 Mark I 80-inch 4x4 utility vehicle, early production with 10 hundredweight bantam trailer. In other words, it's a Series 1 Land Rover. So here we go. Right, so it looks very nice. It has photo etched parts. We have decals, so that's very good. And then here we have CAD images of the actual model itself. I'd rather they had pictures of the real thing, because CAD images are great, but they don't show you ejector pin marks and bad fits and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see how this one goes together. But as far as I'm aware, this is the only 35th scale kit of a Series 1 Land Rover out there. But it does look very, very nice. You can tell Series 1 from the others. Series 2 on, they have the typical sort of Land Rover shaped body. The Series 1 had the boxed in rear end. So very, very small as well. 80-inch was the original short wheelbase length. And then they went to 86, and then they went to 88. And then they went to what they call the 90, which is what you'll get if you buy a late, a 2015 short wheelbase Land Rover is known as a 90. It's actually 93 inches. So there we go. Right. So opening the box, beautifully packaged. Everything looks like it's in sort of Ziploc bags. So that's all nice. There's all lots and lots of small sprues. So that's pretty good. It keeps their tooling cost down. So yeah, that's an actual normal resealable bag there. So we've got lots and lots of bags of sprues. Another bag of sprues there. We've got some rope, got some wire, photo etched parts. Got a lovely grill for the front there. We've got our decals. And then down in the bottom here, we've got our instruction book, which is all very nice. So let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Right, so instruction book. I'll keep you zoomed out so that you can see the full lot with the pages. Yeah, so it's talking here about after World War II, they started working on a Land Rover, basically a project. They actually got hold of a Jeep and copied that, and then and also Suzuki did the same for their SJ series. So there we go. So there's all our bits and pieces there with our legend and our tools and health and safety and all that. Here's our sprue callouts. So we've got wire, rope, photo etch, lots and lots of plastic parts. Very nice indeed. So we've got a separate sprue for the trailer by the look of it. I'm just looking, do we have... Yeah, the wheels and everything are on a separate sprue. There's probably going to be other versions of this kit coming along because they've put all the axle parts and everything on a separate sprue. So we're probably going to get a Series 2, an 80, or maybe even a Series 1 86-inch. So here we have the chassis. It looks like the chassis is in one piece. Yes, there's the chassis there. So I can't see it very well because I've got the light off. So I got the light reflecting off the paper. But yeah, we can see on there we've got the chassis in one piece. We've got the main tub in one piece. So that's good. So we're going to add our spring hangers, springs, building up our axles here. It looks like you could actually make the axles swivel. It does, in fact, look like you could have them swiveling. Not quite sure what this arrow means here. Let's have a quick look. What does that arrow mean? Optional. It's interesting. Okay. I don't know why they would be optional, but if you don't add them, you'll be able to steer the wheels again, or you could always drill them and pin them, whatever, which we will probably do when we come to build it. So here we've got leaf springs going together. I used to have a Series 1, and believe me, these things, they ride like they had no suspension at all. It was just ridiculously hard. Mine was an 86-inch. Riding in the cross member there, and then we've got the front bumper going on, and then we're going to build up our gun. It's a bit weird, bit of a weird point to be building up the guns. And then coming over the page, we've got the engine here, so we've got the old side valve engine going together. This would have been a 1600 in this day, and then later they had a 2 litre. So then we got the gearbox and the transfer box here going together, fitting that in there with the front prop shaft. Radiator and lights all going together. Obviously on this one the lights are within the radiator, so they're well protected, and then later they moved them out into the wings and they got beaten up and bashed and broken. Looks like unfortunately we have photo etched brackets to mount the grille, so that's going to be a bit of a pain. Touch the wheel, it's going to break off, I expect. And then we've got there's an outrigger there, and there's a box there, that's the tray for the fuel tank. So the fuel tank's going underneath the driver's seat, as they did right the way up through the 90s, not the 1990s, the 90 series Land Rovers, and then eventually, I think it was on the TD5s, they moved them to the rear. So then we've got the bulkhead there going in behind the seats. Got that upper bulkhead area there, or lower should I say. Not quite sure what those bits there are, but we've got a cranking handle there going on, and then we've got these are the under seat boxes. So that would have been the box there for the battery. You can see we've got the hinges and everything, just like they are today. In fact, no, they're not. They're actually a pull-out panel now. And then we've got our seats going in. So we've got 3 individual seats. Very, very simple instrument panel. Looks like we have decals for the instruments, which is a nice touch. And then we have this panel here going onto the front of the bulkhead. Adding the bulkhead onto the floor pan, and then adding all that onto the chassis, and then building up the rear suspension here, and not fitting it till here. So it's a bit all over the place, this instruction manual. And then we've got the steering column going in. We've got the bracket there for the steering box. And then we've got the battery. Oh, the battery is actually under the bonnet, it's not under the seat. And then we've got the air filter going in here. And then the exhaust system going together. That's coming out, very, very simple. And then we've got the rear axle going in with its shock absorbers and everything. And then here we're going to build up the wheels. So we've got 2 rear wheels, 2 front wheels. Notice the centres are different on them. And then we've got these, that's a nice touch. They've made these little side sills, which are generally dented and bashed and bent. They're made of aluminium in real life, but they've done them in photo etched brass, so they're going to be very realistic. And then here we've got the wheels turning left and right, so you've got different parts there. I know you've got the same parts, just positioned differently. So, but you could always actually just drill and pin and make it all work. And then we've got the grille going on, we've got the bonnet going on, and then we've got the identification tags going on there. Adding the sides and the doors to the body. I'm guessing you could, if you wanted to, have the doors positioned open for your dioramas. And then we've got the spare wheel going on the bonnet. There's the brackets there for the hold downs. And then we've got the top edge. This is this galvanised strip going around the top. It's all in plastic. And then we've got these corner gusset brackets going in there, made in photo etch. So they're going to look very much to scale. All in all, this looks like a beautiful, beautiful little model. Not exactly sure what this is. I think it's some kind of rear step going in here. This is an option. So you got the option to have this rear cross member there, and then you've got the AB22. Yeah, it's a different rear cross member with the step. And you have the step there. I'm not exactly sure what this is for. This thing here, and then you've got the option to have the rear door open, or the rear door open or closed. And then we've got the windscreen here. I'm guessing we'll get the option to have that folded down as well. So there it is, that's going in the vertical position. So we don't have the option to have it folded. It looks like they've actually moulded in the split line. So the top of the bulk, I'm not sure if top of the bulkhead is, oh, there's the hinges there. I'm trying to remember series ones. They're completely different to everything else. And then we've got the great big machine gun to go in the back. And then we've got another gun being built up there. And then we've got the trailer going together. Adding the trailer, the A-frame. To create an antenna, use a small flame, heat and stretch a section of the kit sprue. Use caution with open flame. So, yeah, they're calling these antennas. They're not antennas, it's wire. It's the cables for the brakes. And then here we've got rope. So you're going to use your rope and little rings of rope, it looks like. I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about there. You're going to drill holes and then you're going to put little rope loops through. Okay. You can see the rope on there, and you can see them on the tie downs there. And then we've got some stowage here. We've got some bags and bits and pieces and cans. And then we've got all our colour call outs for our guns and everything. We've got the towing eye going on. Everything going on the back of the Land Rover there. And then here we've got the, they've sold their sold to mission models, looks like. And then we've got the British 29th Independent Infantry Brigade, Korea, December 1950. And then we've got the US 14th Engineer Battalion, Pyongyang, North Korea, October 1950. So both have got the Allied stars. And then here we've got the trailers for the same versions. So there we are. So that's the instructions. Little bit all over the place, but hey ho. So we'll have a look at these sprues as they come out. Now that we've looked at the instructions, we'll put the light on. So we can see here we've got two of these sprues. So very nicely done. Is that water? I'm not sure if they're water or fuel. What does that say on there? Let me grab my magnifier. Yes, I am going to get some new glasses, guys. WDBMB, I'm guessing they're water. So there we are. Very nicely done. So that's our first two sprues. And then we have another couple of sprues in here. It's nice they use these Ziploc bags. It's great for reviewers because you can put it all back as new. So we've got our inner front fenders there. So that's the tops and the inside of the front wings. So that's going to be your engine sitting here if you like. So they're very nice. And then we've got the actual bonnet there with the razor rivet detail, which is very nice indeed. Got the disc in the middle for mounting the spare wheel. And then we've got the front grille, and you can see in behind there we have the horn moulded in, which is a nice touch. And then we've got our headlights there. And there's some little grille things there. Very nice. Oh, that's nice as well. You've also got internal detail on the bonnet, so if you want to do it with the bonnet folded up, they used to just fold the bonnet up and rest it on the windscreen. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. It's beautiful, that internal detail, and there you got all the razor rivet detail and everything, and no ejector pin marks. Very slight shrinkage where the disc is on the top, but it's not going to notice under matte paint, I don't think. So that's very nice. Those back to back, I think. Great packaging, great packaging. And then here we've got a bag of 4 sprues. I'm not sure if this is going to be 4 identical sprues or, yeah, they're all sprue CFs. We've got 4 of those. Okay, so we've got our wheels here. So you've got your rear wheels, sorry, your front wheels and your rear wheels. We've got the insides of the wheels there. You can see they're bolted together like the old Jeep wheels were. And we've got our brake back plates. Beautiful detail, absolutely gorgeous. And we've got our hold downs for our bonnet. We've got a loop there. We've got a grab handle there. And here's a seat. No real texture to the seat because there wouldn't have been. They probably were canvas. You can see there's a little shock absorber there. But you can see also on the seat back there's detail for the bolted on brackets and everything. Very, very nice. You've got our swivels there. Very nice indeed. All very, very crisp, all very, very sharp, just as you'd expect in a brand new kit, unless it comes from certain manufacturers. And then here we've got another bag. Hopefully there's no damage. These sprues are rattling around in here. So we've got 3 different sprues by the look of it. So we have, there's our gun sprue. You can see there's the gun there with the beautiful detail. You've got the stands there. And then we've got some rifles. We've got another gun there. Those guns are gorgeous. beautifully detailed. Nice to see they got the sprue connection points on the bottom, which is thoughtful. So yeah, very nice indeed. And then here we got some stowage. Got some sacks there. Got some rolled up stuff. Got some bags there, sacks of stuff. So that's a nice little addition. You keep that in your spares box if you don't use it on this kit. And then here we got the big gun going in the back. So we've got the barrel. We've got two different barrels there by the look of it, and they're slide molded, so you've got the open ends, and you've got the stand for it there. You've got the main breech of the gun. There's an ammo belt there. Very nice. Ammo box. There's the grab handles at the back. You can see the detail on there is absolutely stunning. As I say, if you don't use it, it goes in the spares box. So very nicely done. Nice as well to see how they've moulded that with the protection on. Got the three raised pegs there on the sprue so that that doesn't get damaged, that little tripod. And then they stick it in a big bag and it will rattle around with each other, so that could have been more thought out. Clear parts, so we'll see what these are like. They should be gorgeous because they're flat. There's no excuse for not having gorgeous clear parts. So what have we got here? Yeah, we have our windows, which are very nicely done. Nice and clear. We can see if we put the instruction manual underneath, the windows practically disappear, so that's a good thing. And then we've got headlights. We've got wrinkled up clear there. Looks like there's some sort of canvas cover. We've got mirrors here. Why they've done those in clear, I do not know. And then we've got some lights, more lights. All in all, very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. Now we're on to the normal type rattly resealable bags. Or are they resealable? No, they're not. This one has not been closed properly, so it's the heat shrinking. You see it's off on that sort of angle. So that's good news. Dottie can hear me wrinkling her bag, so she's coming to have a look. Right, what have we got here? So this is our first larger sprue. So we've got the external sides of the front wings there. That's the rear body, and there's the door. So you can see the actual overall length is quite a small little thing. Well, 80 inches divided by 35 is, just work it out yourself, it's very small. We've got the rear of the body there. We've got lovely internal detail on the doors as well as external. These were sheet aluminium with a galvanized steel capping. So very nice indeed. And you can see there's no ejector pin marks or anything on any of that. We've got the rear gate there. We've got the bulkhead there, which is going behind the seats with the raised detail. We've got the steering wheel, two different types of rear cross member there. We have a bell housing, is that? Steering wheel, engine halves, radiator, fuel tank, transfer box, and part of the gearbox. There's a cross member there, front bumper, sump. There's the other part of the gearbox. There's the fan, exhaust system. So yeah, very nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. I believe this engine would be like a duck egg blue colour in military service. But, tis lovely. Tis bloody lovely. All very, very crisp, isn't it? You've got your radiator there. So you've got the front of the radiator. There's the back of the radiator. Very, very deep radiator as they were in those days. Massive capacity of water in them. All made of copper. So here we have our main chassis. So you've got the chassis in one piece. So you can see how small it is. There it is in my hand. You can see it's very small. We've got our windscreen here. And then there's our front bulkhead. Yeah, we've got ejector pin marks there, but you've got that panel there is going to glue over there, so that's okay. There's no ejector pin marks where they matter, so that's nice. Got some internal detail on there. And there's that stiffer panel going to go over the front. There's the capping for the rear body. And then we've got the rocker cover there. We've got the inlet manifold. We've got the exhaust manifold there. We have the air filter, timing chain cover, top of the radiator, battery. Not sure what that is. Fans there, starter motor, dynamo no doubt. Little fuel filter there, or even a fuel pump. Remember, this would have been petrol. And there's our spare wheel there, with the centre left clear. We've got tyre lettering on there, which is very nice, which we've also got on the, I should have picked up on that on the wheels. Yes, we have all the tyre sizing and lettering on here, which is very nice indeed. So that's all very good. So yeah, lovely. Very, very nice indeed. The chassis has no sink marks, no ejector pin marks where they're going to be seen. Just a few mould lines to sand off. But yeah, very, very lovely. I do like a Land Rover, as some of you will know I have one. I also have a channel which I haven't touched for a couple of years. Nigel's Land Rover channel, where I've restored my Land Rover. And I've also done, if you go and have a look on my channel years ago, I got the Hobby Boss long wheelbase Land Rover hardtop and converted it into a short wheelbase. So go and have a look at that. If you like cutting kits, you'll enjoy that one. So here we go, we have the axle sprue. So here's our axle. So there's the front and the rear. We've got the big swivels on there on the ends. We've got differentials there. We've got the Rover type diffs. And then we've got leaf springs. As I say, if you have one of these in real life, there's no point in having springs. You may as well just weld rods to the chassis, because the springs don't deflect at all. Saying that, they probably do when they're new, but as they get older, they get rusted between them and they don't like to slide together, so they get quite solid. Got spring hangers there, which is all very nice, nicely done, separate from the chassis, so they're going to look great. Little instrument panel there. We've got some steering parts. Remember, study the instructions, because it said on here these are optional and everything. But they are tiny, tiny parts, so they're going to be fun to drill and pin if you want to have working steering. And then we've got the shackle plates there for the leaf springs. So it's all going to look very, very much to scale once you've got this built. Exhaust muffler. Very, very nice. Nice, they haven't got any ejector pin marks on the axles either, so that's good to see. And then the final sprue here, we've got the trailer. So that's the cover. So they're asking us to drill these out and put rope through them or something. I'd have to study that more on the instructions. We've got the brake back plates there. Wheels, tyres, again, with all the lovely lettering on them. They're Firestone by the look of it. Leaf springs, there's the bottom, there's the front and back. So yeah, very nice indeed. Still quite sought after, these trailers. And then that's it for the plastic. And then here we have, again, we have a Ziploc bag, which is nice. If I could get it open, it would be nice. There we go. Right. So we have in here, we have decals and photo etch, wire and rope. So we have some rope here, which is very nice actually. It's quite, you can see it's quite rigid. It's not the soft cottony stuff that you usually get. So that's very nice. And then here we've got some wire. Not quite sure what this is for, I can't remember now. But it's actual, it's rather than tubing, it's actual wire with metal wire inside it. Then we have our decals, which are very far and few between, but obviously they would be on this. So you can see we've got our instruments there. We've got some serial numbers, we've got our allied stars, and then we've got number plates. We've actually got Land Rover badges. And they actually say Lond Raver. Oh dear. Yeah, they actually say Lond Raver, so this is a Lond Raver. I'm going to put that in the title of the video. So there we are. Very nice. Very nicely done. I've never used Gecko decals. I've got their little KT, but I've never built it. So here we have some photo etch. So again, we've got the seam line for the cans there. We've got the grill. Unfortunately, because it's in the bottom of the box, the grill has been slightly damaged. But that's okay, because it would be slightly damaged anyway, even when it's brand new probably. Some tiny little loops there. They're probably for the trailer. Got some chains. They're going to be for the tailgate. And then we've got, let's look at the proper side, Nige. And it's nice to see this grill has actually got the grill etched onto it. You can see it's, if I open it up, you can see it's got the actual grill finish on it rather than just being flat. So it looks like woven wire, which is what it was. There's that little step thing for the back. I'm not sure that I've never seen one of those. Got some hinges there for the seats, and then we've got a corner gussets and everything. Very nice indeed. Lovely. So there we are, guys. That has been a review of Gecko's brand new, let's get that rope out of there so it doesn't sit on top of those decals. This is their brand new Lond Raver. Lond Raver Series 1. You kind of wonder, you know, why wouldn't Land Rover just say to them, of course you could put the name on there. What harm is it? I mean, what harm is it going to cause Land Rover to have their name put on something which they don't make anymore, but is recognisably one of the most famous vehicles in the world of all time? Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. Why would they not want them to do it? It's just, everybody's going to say Land Rover, aren't they? They're going to look at that and say Land Rover. They're not going to say it's an FV18001 Mark I 80-inch quarter-ton 4x4 utility vehicle, are they? Oh, anyway, but yeah, very, very nice little model indeed. As I say, build sequence takes a bit of understanding, and also you've got some of these options and stuff which are a bit, you need to get your head around and see exactly what they want. And for some reason they're telling you not to glue those chains. Oh, that's so you can position them when you get them in there, I'm guessing. Okay, so yeah, have a good look through the instructions, give them a good study first, and I think you'll make a beautiful job of this, whatever your level. There we go, it's a 1.6 litre Rover engine which gave a top speed of 120 km/h on road. No, it didn't. Its tough, rugged performance has made it a top-selling military utility vehicle for over 70 years, adopted by many armies around the world. Oh yes. Oh yes, what a famous, famous, beautiful vehicle this was. Anyway, thank you for watching. Go get yourself one. I'll put a link in the comments down below where you can go to Tiger Hobbies and order yourself one. You've probably got pre-orders at all your dealers and everything. But remember, Tiger Hobbies are the importers, so they always have them in first. I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.